Sit back and relax and just 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 welcome to the
You asked for it, you got it on the Hot Pepper Show. Playing good music and good conversation. The hottest topic that you hear. So let the music flow, resonate your soul. Let it heal your soul. Sit back and relax and just sit back and relax and just. Show.
I wish that I could sing like Gloria Turner, who did that magnificent intro for me, but I just mouth everything, so I can kind of sing, but not like him. Welcome, everyone, to the Hot Pepper Show. I'm so glad that you are here with me on this beautiful Monday. It is raining in Texas. Matter of fact, we have some flooding going on. So we are praying for everyone's safety. Remember, if the water is too high, if it's past your tires, then you can drown. So please don't cross where there's high water. We want you to be safe. But I'm here every Monday. Thank you for joining me. If you are on YouTube for the first time, if you would like to, I'm trying to get this hair together. Okay, on the side. There it is. You know, this is my mirror. If you are on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell. Ring the bell. So every time that I am live, you will get to, you will know when I'm on. So please ring the bell on my subscribe page on my YouTube channel, and that way you'll get to know when I'm on. Also, I do a Saturday show on a station called KAZI in Austin, and I do that every Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m. Central, and that is 3 hours of music, neo soul, R&B, and interviewing artists. And then I have this platform on Mondays, which is my podcast, and I interview a little bit of everyone. Like, I've interviewed recently a lady who is the leader of a quartet group that was on Christmas Day. I've interviewed Glenn Jones. I've interviewed Melville Moore, Kenny Lattimore, Jameson Ross, Brandon Williams. Did I say Brandon Williams? Brandon Williams. I got it right. And the Force MDs, you name it. I've been blessed to have some great people to come in contact with, and just excited about that. Hey, Carolyn Smith. Hi, love. How you doing? Thank you for joining me. You on early. I feel honored. You're not watching that other thing that you have to do on Mondays. I don't know. Hey, Slona, how you doing? Welcome to the Hot Pepper Show. You are a new fan that came on board when I interviewed Keith Robinson. So I thank you for being on here every Monday. And you guys, if you missed the Monday show, if you just catch a little bit of it, my tongue got stuck. If you catch a little bit of the Monday show and you can't stay, it is always on my YouTube channel. You can go back and check out the interviews. I'm excited about that. And I've gone back and checked out some of mine, and I go, oh yeah, that was a great interview. We had a good conversation. Today, it is still a new year. Happy New Year to everyone if I haven't spoken to you. But today we have a guest. I have a guest. Hello, Michael Lovejoy. Good evening, Pepper. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Michael Lovejoy? Today I am honored to have on my show. His name is Carl Cox. I'm going to try to say it like they do on the East Coast, because on the East Coast, I don't know what it is, but they do not know how to say their A's. Their A's sound like O's. I've heard his name saying Carl Cox, Carl. And I'm like, is that Carol? Is that Carl? When people say Carol Riddick, they get Carl. So that's my joke, because I'm from Texas, and people probably say I sound like I'm from the South, which I don't think I do, but I know Sloan has pretty crazy, right? Carolyn Smith said, you always have great interviews. Welcome. Oh, Thank you, Carolyn. Yes, welcome, Carl. Well, you can't see Carl. I can see Carl. Carl is back there laughing. Carl's like, I don't know what I got into. Why did I agree to do this interview today? But I'm just gonna roll with it because I don't know what Pepper gonna say or what the people on gonna say. We don't know. We don't know. So let's start it out by let's play a song by Mr. Carl Cox. Let's start it off. You know, I got my notes. Yeah, I started taking notes. Isn't it something? Because I take notes and then sometimes I see it and sometimes I don't. Who knows? But let's start off with a song that I really think would be a great introduction to Mr. Carl Cox. I'm going to say his name is probably Carl Cox. Let's start off with this one. Everyone, after this song, we will hear from Mr. Carl Cox right here on the Hot Pepper Show. Nice, nice, nice. Hey, Carl.
What's up? What's
I
happening?
didn't say it right. I'm sorry.
Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Hey, Carl. Sometimes I get, hey, are you Paul? I'm like, Paul. How does Carl sound like Paul? I'm like, I don't even understand that.
It's like, come. I'm not talking about the C. I'm talking about the A. It's like,
yeah, Carl. Okay,
Carl.
I say Carl, and then they think it's Paul, and I'm like, no, Carl.
But look at you. Okay, Mr. Educator. Carl.
Carl. You gotta get that's my man Dexter down there. See, he changed my name to the Doc. See.
So I can just call you the Doc. Okay, we're gonna say the Doc. I need to put the Doc up under your name. Put Carl Cox in the Doc. Let me see.
That was my nickname with a group that I had with Dexter back when I was like 19 years old.
Let's see. Let me see here. The Doc, or is it just Doc?
Yeah, the Doc or Doc. You know, see the whole thing was I was in a group, right, and everybody had their first name was a D. So you had Don. You had Daryl, you had Dennis, and you had Dexter. So then I came in, and it was D4.
And you messed up everything.
I screwed the whole thing up, and they're like, "We want to add a sax, but your name doesn't have a D in it." So they're like, "You're Doc now."
That is so funny. You're like, we got to change that.
That's right.
Doc. Okay. How does that look?
Oh, there you go. You work magic.
I work magic. That's what I have to do that behind the scenes. I'm the tech. I'm the engineer. I'm the listening.
You're quick. You're real fast. I didn't even see that. Wow.
Yeah, and also I'm a woman. So, while you talking, my brain is like, what can I do?
I love it.
How can I figure this out? So everyone, I want to read your comments, but first, I have to say, everyone, let us welcome. I got to go over here because I have to multitask because I'm the engineer and everything. I'm the producer. Everyone, let's welcome to the Hot Pepper Show, Mr. Carl Cox.
Hello. Thanks for having me. You got surprises. I see you got surprise effects over there. Slick.
And the question that I have for you, you're like, just save it, Pepper. Just, even though you were like, oh, I don't know what you gonna ask, but you're like, let's just roll with it. Don't tell me the question or something.
I improvise. I'm an improviser. Let's go. I'm good.
You know how to dodge.
I can dodge. I play dodgeball a little bit on these interviews, so
we gonna see.
I don't know.
We're gonna see. So, Carl, tell everyone where you are originally from.
Well, actually South Jersey. That's where I'm originally from, and a town called Deptford. And then I went to college in Philadelphia. So I consider myself a Philadelphian. I mean, I went to college there, and I live 15 minutes from the bridge from Philly. So
okay.
Yeah, that's kind of where I grew up. And I stayed here, I still live like one town over.
Okay.
So I didn't go too far. I just like being close to the city, and I teach in my alma mater. So It's nice. Yeah, it's a nice location.
So how about those Eagles?
Yeah, next question.
How about those Eagles? Come on. Let me get my violin out. Let me see here. Let me get Let me get pencil to pencil.
Those Eagles, disappointment. You come in going like 10-0, 10-0, and then you lose the last 7 games. It's like, come on, guys, really?
Kind of sound like the Cowboys. Okay.
Yeah, they got socked with Green Bay, so we're both out, so we both are losers. So
yeah.
Well,
I'm not a Cowboy fan, but I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were going to go pretty far, but Green Bay had another thing coming for them.
Exactly. We got some comments. So let's go down here. Monique, hello, y'all. Hello, all. How you doing, Monique? Slona says she is loving this. What you loving, Slona? I know you loving all of it. Hey, Monique, Slona says. Michael Upshaw says 100. I don't know what the 100 is to. Maybe the way that I say your name is Carl.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then Dexter says, Carl the Doc Cox. Okay, I need to put the Doc because he said the Doc. So
that's it.
You don't know your name, Carl. He says the Doc.
The Doc. I mean, that's it, man. I mean, that goes way back to when I was like 19. You know, they gave me that nickname, and it just stuck.
It just stuck. Okay, okay. Moselle C was my aunt. Nice. I could sit down for a while. Great job, Mr. Cox. Okay, no, Auntie likes you. Okay.
All right, all right.
Hey, Auntie.
I'm down.
Carl the Spartan Cox.
Oh yeah, that's another nickname I got.
Man, I gotta add another one. Yeah. The Spartan.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Okay, Spartan. Okay, we gonna have that name up and
We'll
then
talk about that one. We'll talk about that one later.
Oh yeah, y'all give me some more information. I love it. I love it. Okay, Dexter says LOL, and then Dexter says he didn't screw the sound up though. That boy good. Okay. Okay. Slona says, hey Carl.
Hey, hey.
June Murphy says, welcome Carl. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Ooh, they just loving some. They got Carl Cox, the producer, the everything, all your woman brain. Go girl. I know that's right. Hello. Ghost Rider, Go Birds. Who is Ghost Rider? They must be from the Eagles because I don't know who that is.
Ghost Rider. I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's somebody on the East Coast, one of your friends. I don't know.
Hey, go Birds, baby. Let's go.
And Carolyn is a teacher. She's a retired teacher. So yeah, you're gonna be able to relate.
Okay.
Awesome. Yes. And then Monique says, hi, Slona. And then Slona says, Sax and the Sax, awesome job. Way to go. I like the Sax and the Sax. So you are an educator. You are director of jazz studies at Deptford High School. How long have you been at the high school? And why do you want to teach? And do you have the patience? I just asked you 3 questions in one. Let's see.
All right. So, all right. What would your first question was like?
How long have you been at Deptford?
How long have I been in Deptford? Okay. So I was a student there actually. Okay. And then when I went to college, I got my master's degree in education and music and a bachelor's in performance. So, I would tell my parents, I said, look, I'm going to go to college, but I'm not going to be a teacher. I'm just going to play. And they're like, well, you're going to get the degree, so you have no choice. So I said, okay.
Okay.
So I took a year off, and I was trying to play, and like every musician, when your time comes, you never know when that's going to be. So
right.
I took a year off, thinking I was going to immediately get some gigs and start doing it, and I had some, but nothing substantial.
Right.
So finally, I had to get a job, and I started at a Catholic school, and I started teaching. Within that first year, I started getting some calls. Okay. And then I got the job at Deptford 2 years after that. So I've been in Deptford for like 20 years of teaching. This is my 20th year. Yeah.
So what you using on your skin? I need to know something. What you?
That's just that must be an effect on my new MacBook or something. I don't know. I just had a glass of wine, so maybe it helps ease the wrinkles out.
Like you need to patent that because I'm like, what? Like you look super young.
I think it's just the red wine. You know what I mean? It's red wine.
Look here, I'm not a drinker, but this music got me thinking, should I have some wine right now? Because I'm like, maybe now since you said that it's
antioxidants. You know what I mean? Keeps all the keeps everything moving.
He said it. So y'all.
20 years, and then I didn't. At first, I didn't want to teach. Like you said, like what made me want to teach. I didn't want to teach, but I kind of started getting my hands into it, and once I started doing it for a couple years, seeing the end result with my students and seeing like where they came from, I started to really admire, the work that they put into it, and I have a relationship with them, like we're like a little family, and then I kind of had a revelation, like, if you want this future to support the arts, you have to educate the students about the arts. And I started to see a bigger picture with me. I wasn't trying to be, more my just selfish. I didn't want to be selfish and I just want to play.
Right.
I started to see outlets for myself to do both.
Right.
And bring my students along for the ride with my experiences, so I kind of met in the middle, and I started reaching these students, in a pretty positive way, and they started to do music on their own, and I started seeing them on gigs, and I started seeing like other students teach, and see their successes. So it was kind of cool to see what they do, and they come to my gigs now, and they buy my records and share
Oh,
my
that's
music.
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like it's not like a job for me, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I go and teach what I know, and I'm reinforcing my own
Right.
musical concept. So it's like a match made in heaven, really.
So, are you always critiquing the students when you see them live performing? Do they ask for your honest opinion, or are they really not concerned if you see them perform? Are they like, well, I ain't gonna ask him because he's kind of hard, but I'm glad you came out. But do they ask you?
They ain't got a choice because I just tell them. I just tell them. Like yesterday, I said I ain't gonna sugarcoat, or not last week.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, I could say this, which we're really proud of it. The students are state champs for the last 2 years.
Oh, nice.
So when I go in, I tell them
Mhm.
without yelling at them, but telling them that that's not how you play it. Do it again. Now slow it down. Do it again. And when you can play, and I always tell them, I say, look, don't practice it until you can play it right. You practice it until you can't play it wrong. And they kind of look at me like, oh. So, we let them know. We let them know.
Yeah.
But, if I didn't let them know, I wouldn't care. So,
Yeah, exactly.
The
So
fact
how many students have you had to drop out of your class who just couldn't handle it?
I don't think anybody's dropped out. I mean,
Oh, wow.
they would do the whole year. And I usually keep, 95% I usually keep for 4 years,
Oh, wow.
unless they can't do it because they have sports related things that they fell in love with and they'd rather do that.
Yeah.
But no, because, we're hard on them to some degree musically, but we're not hard on them personally.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when they come in and say, yo, hey, what's going on? We're fun and we're having cake and, we're eating and all this stuff. And then when it's time for the music, okay, boom.
It's time for the music. Yeah.
Now it's time to get serious,
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So we got some people like comment. But this owl over here is going like, let me see what they're saying because I need to see. So Ghost Rider, yes. Mummers player, Joe B.
Oh, Joe B. Yeah.
Okay.
I know who that is.
Okay. I'm like, is Mummers a group?
Okay. So I got to hip you to this.
Yes, please do. Because
Right,
I'm confused.
So the number one parade on New Year's in the entire country is in Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah. And there's over 100-year tradition of the Mummers Parade. It's all day. They televise it, and it's most people aren't aware of it that aren't from Philly, but they have these things called string bands where you have up to 40 saxophone players and banjos. You have percussion, and you have string basses, and you have Barry bass saxophones, and they're all marching together, and they put on this huge elaborate show. And there's 15 of them, and they all compete at one location. They put on a 5-minute show, and they all compete for top dog. So it's like a pretty big tradition. You look it up when you get a chance. It's the Mummers Parade Philly. You'll be surprised to see the elaborate things that go on.
So they only aired in Philly?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was like, I have never seen that. It hadn't been on my TV. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, you're not on like a huge network, but locally it's like a huge tradition,
Okay.
You'll like it. Just put it in like Philadelphia Mummers Parade, and you'll see like string bands and
Okay.
Yeah, and they're very competitive. So
Okay.
It's a pretty big deal.
Nice. Hey, Big Daddy, thank you for joining us. Sloana, much respect for teachers. I took a break from school during my bachelor's for elementary education. Oh, nice, yeah. Sloana. A. Williams, hey, Pepper, hey, I think that's Adrian Williams. I don't know, but hey, girl, if that's Adrian, hey. Yeah. Dexter, that's a word. Practice until you can't play it wrong. I know Dexter. When he said that, I thought, I like that.
Yeah.
Practice until you can't play. Don't practice until you get it right. No, practice until you can't get it, that you played wrong. Yeah. And then Carolyn says, state champs, congrats, back to back. I know that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let's get into some more music. Okay. Let's pull something out here. Let's see here. Let's go back over here to these notes that I call myself having. Yeah, let's go. How about ooh, uh,
What you got?
let's go with oh.
Well, I want to remark just on that last tune. I didn't know you were going to pick that, and that was the biggest single that I had. It was the most successful single. It's called Elevation, and I wrote that with actually during COVID. I wrote it down here in my basement, and it was with my good friend Damon Bennett, who's a monster keyboard player, flute player,
Uh-huh.
and he just wrote the last single for Maysa.
Oh, nice.
And it's called I think the single before the last is called I Don't Mind, and he wrote it with Bluey from Incognito.
Incognito. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So he did that song with me, and we play with each other all the time with Maysa. He's the MD for her.
Right.
But yeah, that tune, I knew that tune was going to do well. That was my biggest song. So it's funny you picked that because I didn't even tell you about it. So see, you got the ear for it.
I got the ear and eyes and yeah, I'm doing it all. Okay, so let's play another song. Let's play let's play this one. Let me surprise you.
Okay.
You're gonna be like, oh, thank you for that, Pepper. Let's do this one. I really like this one. Everyone, this is music by Mr. Carl Cox right here on the Hot Pepper Show. Ooh, that's funky, 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 funky.
Yeah, that was called All the Way. So that was my first single for radio ever, and that was the one. You know, that was the first one that actually made me go solo. That was the first time I ever put music out. Did a promoter, put it out the radio, and said,
Wow.
"I'm going to do this thing. And I'm going to see what happens." I put my credit card out. I told my wife, I said, "Yo, listen,
I need your credit card too. Give me your credit card."
yeah, give me it all." I'm like, "All right, we're going to try to put this song out, and we're going to try to put it out the radio, Billboard, and all that." So I didn't realize, I did it, sucked it up, and I said, "Look, if I don't get a return on it,
Yeah,
at
it's
least
okay.
can say I tried."
Right, right.
And that was about 3.5 years ago. And that song, within nobody knew me. And XM Watercolors picked that song up the first time I put a single out. They didn't even know me. So
Wow.
that was what made me start this whole journey, because I was able to do that and make up a return from XM radio and continue my journey. So it's been about 3.5 years now, so it's been really cool.
Okay, was this when you met with Dave Hardy?
Dave Stevens.
Dave Stevens, and you decided to do the album, and y'all met at a coffee shop?
Oh, that was a different project.
That's a different project, but that was the first time you put out a solo album, because you met at this coffee shop, and then within an hour, y'all were like, "We're gonna do this."
Yeah, that was a fusion project that I had. Okay. That was actually a great project too. It's on YouTube. I'm trying to remember. I forget what we called it. What was the name?
Musical Collusion.
Yeah, Musical Collusion. Yeah, that was the single.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that was the first time I teamed up with my buddy Dave Hartle, who was one of my old teachers from university. And we put it out, and it was a good project. I loved it.
So what is it about? I'm sorry.
It was just a hard project to get off the ground, because it was like a fusion project, and it's
right.
It was hard to cater to certain audiences, but it was fun. We had a good time with it.
Well, I noticed that you said that your favorite is funk fusion.
I do love funk fusion. Yeah.
What is funk fusion?
Well, I mean, I guess I grew up listening to, like the Michael Brecker brothers.
Okay.
Which is like, they were like the kings of fusion. David Sanborn was in that group, Brecker brothers, back in the day. Okay. And Marcus Miller. He did a lot of stuff with David Sanborn. They did a lot of stuff like with fusion.
Okay.
So like Bob Berg, another one, Chick Corea. He did an electric project.
Okay.
And that kind of scene I love, because it's like funk, and you can bob your head to it, but at the same time it's all
over the place.
Yeah, musically, it's the vocabulary is very in depth. You have to be really well trained to pull it off, and I love combining those two elements.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when I'm trying to do my own music, even in smooth jazz, this is smooth jazz, but I'm stretching the boundaries a little on recording sometimes, and I test it.
You're like, I'm on the edge. Let's see how far I can go.
Sometimes I put it in, and I'm like, I'm not going to take it, but I'm trying to, distinguish myself a little bit with a little bit more vocabulary, and I sprinkle it in, and you'll get musicians they'll kind of do one of those when they hear it, and they're like, oh, what, you snuck that in,
Exactly.
So that's what I love playing standard jazz, straight ahead jazz, and I love smooth jazz, but contemporary fusion jazz as well.
Yeah, understandable. Well, the comments are coming in. Slona says, "Awesome job, Carl." And Monique says, "Very nice." June says, "Awesome jam, love it." Awesome jam. And then Michael Upshaw says, "One of my many favorites. Yes, sir, my brother, fire."
Michael, what's up, man?
You're like, Michael, what's up? What's up, Michael?
I'm gonna see him tomorrow. I'll see him tomorrow at the Grammy function.
Yeah. So is it important for you to get a Grammy? Is that what the important thing is? Is that a big thing for you?
I mean, I think that's everybody's goal, right? Is to at least be nominated. But you know, in jazz, it's very difficult. I think they're in the process of trying to change it because it's all lumped up in one category. So it's really hard for, you know, smooth jazz or contemporary jazz to get in there with the straight ahead jazz. It's very difficult. But Samara Jory won, and she's a jazz artist. And
2 Grammys.
yeah. So you know,
so it is possible. I think
the association realizes, you know, that, you know, the musicality is there, and I like that they're, you know, supporting that.
Yeah.
Where it's not just an everyday bubblegum type person or sound, you know, that's using auto tune. These are real musicians bringing real music and musicality. They were trained and
right.
You know, so you know, if it ever happened, that would be incredible. But I don't expect it to ever happen. But it is a dream for everybody. You know, maybe someday it will. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows, y'all?
I go with somebody. So
get his name. I know there's some people in here who are very important. Get his name out there. send this podcast over to them and say, hey, Carl, you need to check out the doc. Spartan.
Yep, we're going in. Yes. We're going in.
We're going in. So I want to play one of my favorites by you.
Okay.
You curious? Of course you are.
I have no idea. You have to surprise me.
I'm going to surprise you. Here it is. Here's one of my favorites, you guys. This is Carl Cox on the Hot Pepper Show.
That little thing at the end was not supposed to be there, but my producer put it in. He's like, I'm just going to cut the music out. I'm going to leave that in. And I was like, all right.
Okay, like, what are you going to say, right?
Yeah,
no,
okay.
You're not. He's
Okay.
like, yeah, I am. I'm the producer.
Yeah, that tune was cool. That was a fun tune. I wrote that with Damon Bennett again. Yeah, and that was a great groove tune.
I love it.
Yeah,
like,
that's a really fun tune to play.
It's
yeah,
a fun tune. So I see that your excitement when you're listening to your music. I feel
I
a
don't
little bit
listen.
of critiquing what you're doing.
Yeah, because I was listening to production.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, you emphasize that with this nice patch, and I often forget, because I don't try to listen back to my music too much, unless I really am learning it for a show.
Right.
And then I'm surprised when I haven't heard it in a while, like, that was pretty slick. I forgot about that. Sometimes you put stuff in and you're like, yeah.
Totally. Well, that's why you came on the Hot Pepper Show, so I could remind you.
Yeah, I'm like, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Exactly.
Some production stuff in there that was thrown in.
Exactly. So Jay Turtle says, hello, Pepper. Jazz is on. Hello, Carl Cox.
Hello.
I see. WKCJ Gospel Radio Station. Good evening, my sister. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining. I've never met you before. Thank you for joining the Hot Pepper Show. Sona says it takes an appreciation for music on a deep level to channel the same emotion that lyrical artists attain with music only. Well said, Slona. Well said.
Yeah, I was reading that when she put that on. That is
perfect.
Yeah, it does. It is, a lot of people listen to the lyrics. So when you listen to the lyrics, it gives you a little bit more, I guess it brings you into the music a little bit more because you can relate to it somehow with a story. So our jobs as musicians, we have to bring in the listener with our voice, which is our instrument.
Right.
And we try to bring them in musically and try to speak to them with vocabulary, but like feeling. So like my voice is transcending through my instrument, because if I sang, this whole place would clear out. So
can you sing for us, please?
No, I can't do that.
Do y'all promise not to leave? Do y'all promise not to leave if Carl sings?
No, I can't sing at all. I'm terrible. And the saxophone is my voice, so I have to try to speak to an audience and try to bring them along with me and try to make it sound lyrical in its own way. And some people are really, really good at it. And I'm still I don't think anybody's stopping practicing that, trying to relate to an audience that doesn't really understand like just instrumental music. It's a challenge when you don't have, jazz listeners in front of you and you try to bring them in.
Exactly.
But it's that was a really deep statement. That was good. I like that.
Thank you, Slona. My sister Gloria, she's in I need to tell you where everyone's from so you can have an idea who's in. Gloria, that's my sister. She's in Fort Worth, Texas, outside of Dallas.
Yep.
WKCJ, this is the gentleman I met on TikTok. Thank you, Ronald.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I met him on TikTok a few weeks ago, and so he's chiming in. Slona, I can't remember where you're from. Jay Turtle is from Texas, from Marlin, Texas.
Okay.
Michael is from Pennsylvania. Yeah, Pennsylvania. June is from Austin, Texas. Monique is from Georgia.
Okay.
Carolyn is from Killeen, Texas, right outside next to Fort Hood, Texas. Dexter is from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he's from Philly.
Yeah, from Philly. Okay. And then A. Williams, I think she's from Austin. Big Daddy's from Louisiana. Ghost Rider, I guess, is from Philadelphia. And yeah, that's Moses Stevens is from Austin. So yeah, we got people from all over on here. Thank you guys for joining.
Illinois. Okay.
Yeah, Illinois. Okay, cool.
I was just there. I was there last weekend last weekend with Maysa. We were in Chicago City Winery.
Okay. So since you're mentioning that, well, let me ask this question. This is a question that I wanted to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
So get ready.
Oh boy, here we go.
I don't know. I see that little smile on your face. It kind of your cheek kind of went up like, what is she getting ready to say?
Preparing myself. Here we go.
It's really not bad, even though most people are like, we don't know what Pepper's going to ask, but this is really a technical question, okay? How do you get the sound of it sounding when you're playing as though there are 5 saxophone players and there's only you. How do you get that sound where it's like it's layered? Or are you going back to do it over? Or are you playing it at the time that you're playing your horn? I'm really curious about that.
I mean, everybody does it like this. You just play over it. So you got to be, we do something in music called octaves.
Okay.
So, if you have a high voice,
Uh-huh.
you play the same notes, but you bring them down.
Bring them down.
Yeah. And you put them in octaves. And sometimes I'll put harmonies with myself.
Okay.
So like you said, like I'm a voice. So it's just like a choir doing harmonies. And you go back and I sing the harmonies and try to figure them out and play them back and see if it sounded right. And then if it doesn't, I'll change a note and try to figure out what harmonies work against the chords and stuff. So that actually can be difficult because you have to be really well trained on the instrument because you could be out of tune and you got to make sure all your notes are in tune perfect. So so I luckily, studied the instrument for a long time. So I can do that stuff without manipulating auto tune and all that stuff. So that's
your horn did sound like it was on auto tune. No, I'm just joking.
Never.
You're like, no.
That's like a rule for me. I say if I can't play it live like that, I ain't
you ain't doing it right. They'd be like, Carl, your album did not sound like that. You'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys do that too. I mean, there's guys that literally will take your whole track and they will tune every little thing, and it starts to sound a little bit artificial, But like if you go back to the records, like Grover Washington Jr., I'm lucky enough to play with a lot of his band members, so they would tell me like, he would come in and do one take, and if he made a mistake, which he really didn't.
Yeah.
But if he did make something he wasn't happy with, he'd leave it.
He'd leave it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I want to share something with you.
Okay.
Man, Carl, come on, give me some credit.
I don't know with these Texans, you never know what they're going to ask. You never know.
Because we do everything big here, and every question is big.
I know.
Every question is like, I need to know this.
Go.
So someone said something very nice about you.
Oh, really?
Yes. You ready to hear what it is?
I'm dying to hear what it is.
Okay. This person says that Carl is a wonderful human being.
Oh, that means a lot.
He is kind. He is humorous and hardworking. He loves his family dearly, and he puts them first among all things.
It's all true.
Amongst all things. He is an incredible musician and music teacher.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Who said it? You can tell me later. That was nice. I'll
tell you now. I will tell you now.
I'm
the person who said these nice things about you is your boss.
My boss.
One of your bosses.
One of my bosses.
Yeah. How many bosses you have?
My wife.
You're like, my wife.
I get in trouble if I don't say my wife.
Okay, your wife is first. Who's your second boss?
Oh man, my second boss. Oh God.
Oh, those East Coast boss. My second boss.
My boss.
My boss.
At my job.
How many jobs you got?
I got one job.
You had one job. You about to lose your job right now.
You got me. I'm all twisted. I don't know.
Who did you just have a gig with in Illinois?
With Maysa.
Is Maysa your boss?
Oh, she is. She said that.
I hope she is not. Oh,
man.
I sent her the link if she didn't get. Oh, you better clean it up.
See, I thought you were talking about my boss at like my school or something. I'm like, wait a minute, my school? Why would he?
Yeah, but I didn't. But your wife.
Like, wait a minute.
Does your wife work at your school? Does your wife work at your school? You're like, no, but she's my boss.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, I got a lot of bosses. I don't know. But yes, Maysa has been my boss for 14, maybe 15 years. Yeah, maybe a long time. And she's, every time I get on stage with her, I learn something. but
Wow.
with her scatting and
Uh-huh.
how she treats people on the stage, on and off stage. I mean, she's the real deal, that girl.
So how did you get the gig with Maysa? And everyone, Maysa Leak. Maysa started out with Incognito, of course, and before Incognito, she was with Stevie Wonder. So Maysa, I've had Maysa on here. Go to my YouTube channel and check out the interview that we did. But yeah, how did you get the gig with Maysa?
Well, you know, I think
Uh-oh.
she had fired her band over something. I don't really know what it was about.
Uh-huh.
So that was like 15 years ago, and she called up a friend who she knew who played bass from Philly,
Okay.
and his name was Charles Baldwin,
Okay.
and very well known player.
Uh-huh.
So she said, "Charlie, you got to put together a band for me because I just fired my band and I'm playing up in Philly at Penn's Landing." So
Wow.
Charlie was putting all his friends together.
Right.
He was getting everybody together, and I knew some of the guys, and he was like, "Now I haven't known Charlie at this time,
Okay.
but I knew the keyboard player, Will Brock, and and Charlie said, "Yo, man, we need like a killer sax player. She wants a sax player."
Mm-hmm.
So Will was like, "You got to call Carl. He's a guy working with Gerald Veasley. You got to call Carl." So he called me, and
The rest is history.
we did the gig, and we all stayed a unit for the last 15 years, and
Wow.
we know her music inside and out. Like, she could go anywhere, and the whole band will just know where she wants to go. We know she has so many songs and so many records. She can pull out
does.
these. She got y'all. Yeah, can we do this song? And we haven't played it in like 4 years, but it's like, let's do the old school medley. This old school medley. And we're like, the one with Zoom? Yeah, the one with Zoom. And what? Then we hit it.
And you hit it.
Yeah, and it's like, like we never skipped a beat. So she just did that to us in Chicago, and we remembered it.
And that's why you play with Maysa.
Yeah,
that's why you're part of the band.
We have a really good friendship. The band's a family at this point. We all spend so much time together. We're like, she even sends like, candy home for my son, with her picture on it and for shows, and she'll say, "Hey, give this to Cameron," and then I'll take a picture and send it to her, and and she'll send him like a gift or something for Christmas, and we're all like super tight.
Okay, so who's your boss?
Well, Maysa Leak. That is my boss.
I'm like, who your boss?
I'm a little man on the totem pole. I got my wife. I got my boss at school. I got Maysa. I got a lot of bosses. I got myself as a boss, and that's the worst.
Like I'm the worst boss ever of myself.
I got to ask myself first permission. Can I do it? And then I got to ask the boss. Can I do it? That's permission. Yeah, I got a lot of bosses. I'm way down on the scale here.
You're
a lot
funny.
of people ahead of me.
You're funny. Everyone, this is Carl Cox, and the comments. Okay, let's go back to the comments. Ghost Rider says he's from South Jersey, Washington, TWP. What is TWP?
Township.
Oh.
Yeah, Washington Township.
We don't have.
I live in Washington Township. He's right near me. Joe B's right near me.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then Ronald says he loves jazz.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. And then Sona says sax speak. Yes, they do. And then he says I'm near St. Louis, Missouri. Okay. Florida. Okay. Sona's from Florida. Okay, cool. I love that question, Pepper. I bet it was a question about layering. Yeah, because when you hear it, yeah. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you. Laughing. He says you go get in trouble.
No, I would have gotten in trouble with any of those answers. I could have said anything and gotten in trouble with that one.
His wife. So sweet. Hey, Cindy Dixon. I don't know who Cindy Dixon is, but thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Hot Pepper Show. You guys, I'm here every Monday at 7 p.m. I always say you never know who's going to stop through. I just had my first, I interviewed Omar Cunningham last Monday, and he was my first Southern soul performer, singer ever in my career of radio. I've never interviewed anyone with Southern soul. and he's the goat of Southern Soul. So I had him on my platform. But just to give you guys an idea, this is what's coming up. Next week, I will have Ace Livingston, who is friends with Carl and has been on Carl's projects. He is a bass player. That will be January the 29th. Dorian Holly will be February the 5th. He's a singer. He's also, he was the musical or director or musical coach for Michael Jackson. He worked with Michael Jackson. He's been in the industry, Dancing with the Stars, American Idol. He's been the guy background doing all of that. He's phenomenal. Wayna will be on February the 12th. She's a vocalist. She has toured with, she has projects out, but she's toured with Stevie Wonder. Sean Hinton, who is a guitarist and a singer. He is the guitarist for Mary J. Blige. He will be my guest on February the 19th. Kurt Chambers, who is a guitar player. He does everything.
Yeah, I know.
Now he's doing country. So he's going to be my first country performer on the Hot Pepper Show. So he's February the 26th. Omar Wilson is March the 4th. He's a vocalist, also used to hip hop. March the 4th. I see Kyrie Simmons is a bassist. He's on March the 11th. He tours with India Ari. He's performs with India Ari. Don Tallman.
Yeah.
Y'all, Don Tallman is on everybody's. She's the background, and she also has her stuff out. I mean, yeah, phenomenal voice. She's going to be my guest on March the 18th. Sean Marissette, April the 1st. He's an actor and also a singer and a rapper and a musician. He does it all. He's out of Canada. He's performed with Vin Raines. He's been on quite a few movies. So Sean Marissette will be my guest April the 1st. The Soul of Daniel will be April the 8th. He's out of California. He is phenomenal. Like, he's a writer, producer, singer, actor, all of that. And then also I'll have Gerald Veasley.
Oh, nice.
On my show April the 29th. And he is world-renowned bassist. So I am booked up, y'all. I'm excited. So if you guys know anyone that you think that I would enjoy their music, or you think they can vibe with Pepper, because I was a tough cookie, I'd be like, let me just kind of stay away from that one. I don't know if they're gonna be on the platform. I don't know. But yes, my email address is hotpeppershow@gmail.com. So I would love for you guys to get in contact with me and let me know. And also check out my website. thehotpeppershow.com is my website. Click on the YouTube link and subscribe. Hit the bell. If you hit the bell, it'll remind you every Monday that I'm on, or anytime I come on, that I will be here. So let's see here. Cindy Dixon says, you're non-driving elevator friend. Hey, Sin! I met her a few weeks ago in Wisconsin. She is from Louisiana. And the funny story was, she was helping her best friend to get into the elevator, and he's in a wheelchair. I'm going to make this short. He was in a, yeah, you say that, and you sound like that, Carl, because it's sad, right?
Right.
She has no mercy. The elevator doors were closing, and I was pushing the button to try to get the elevator door open. So the elevator doors go open, and she comes in with her best friend in the wheelchair, and he's facing the wall. She's going in forward, not backwards. So she goes in forward and bumps into the wall.
Oh, no. And
I go, you know, he has legs. That's what I didn't even know her. I said, you know, he has legs, right? So that's how we met. So yes. So, hey, Cindy, like, thank you for joining us. Okay. Wow. Nice. Yes. Wow. Nice too. We met in Willow Market, Chris Crane. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I want to be on your show, but I on my show is performers. Like, you sing? Can you sing?
Anybody can sing.
Anybody?
Well, not me, but.
Okay, so great comment. Can anyone play?
Can anyone play?
Can anyone play?
Oh, yeah. Anybody can play. Anybody can play. Anybody can play? Yeah, anybody can play. But the only thing is, you just got to be diligent, and you got to have patience. If you have diligence and patience and the drive to do it little by little by little every day,
it can happen.
You'll be able to play. Yeah. I mean, it's 95% work ethic, you know, and 5% talent. I mean, it's just that whole 10,000 hour rule thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
To master anything, you need to have 10,000 hours. So they say,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
there is a little, there is a little bit of talent that's there because it did come naturally to me when I first played. Like when I first played, I was in 4th grade, and they hand out these little recorders,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, and we're all playing in a class,
Uh-huh.
and they said, okay, next week, you guys are gonna practice all these songs.
Uh-huh.
So, I'll go home,
Uh-huh.
practice. I come back, and they're like, all right, you play, and then you play, and then they come to me, all right, you play, and I played everything 5 times faster than it should have been. So I was like, yeah, I played everything blazing fast, and like, whoa! They said you were like crushing this thing. So they said you need to play an instrument. So
At 4?
At 4th grade.
Oh, 4th grade. I was like, at
Yeah.
4? Okay, 4th grade. Okay.
Yeah. So I did have that natural ability, yes, to do it, and it came easier to me. But I still, you had to work. I mean, it's a lot of work still,
Yeah.
So talent can only get you so far. I think you still have to put the work ethic.
Yeah, you do. You're
But
right.
Michael just called you out.
I'm not looking at that. Let's go to let's go. He says, no, only in the shower. Well, you know what? I can't do a video of you in the shower on the Hot Pepper Show singing, so I guess you won't make it to the show.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Okay. I don't think so. I think it's a gift. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So the gift is that you sing in the shower and you're not going to be on Hot Pepper. That's the gift.
Yeah.
Ray has a new song he just released. Oh, really? Okay. You got to get it to me. Send it to me. My email address is hotpeppershow@gmail.com. I would love to hear it. Pepper is a pianist. I did not mean to put that up.
And you're a singer, so it's all coming out. Mike's calling you out. That's it.
Did not
look out. We're going to interview you next on the Hot Pepper Show.
Who gonna interview me?
We're going to interview you.
Oh, Carl, I'll let you interview me. Yeah, I'll let you interview me, Carl. Carl will be like, well, I think the interview is ended in 10 minutes because she ain't talking. I don't know what she's saying.
Get that piano out.
So mean. I'm not mean. You said you can sing in the shower. I don't do the shower. This is for the kids. You can't do the shower. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Improvise. Let's get back to some music. So let's do this song right here. Is so sexy to me. Did you play the piano on this song? You do play the piano, right?
I can play a little piano, but I'm not great. But I can play it.
Okay.
But I don't know what song it is. What song is it?
Be Mine?
Oh, Be Mine. I didn't put no. So that song is on my latest album. That was like that was actually Chris Big Dog Davis.
Wow. Okay.
He did all that stuff for me. And as a matter of fact, we had so many songs together that we wrote together. Mm-hmm. He's like the who's who in production for smooth jazz artists. Mm-hmm. But me and him worked out so well together, and we became some like really good friends. So we just did a show in South. Okay. And I told him, I said, listen, man, I said, you're breaking out now as an artist, not just a producer. He's signed to a label now and putting out an album in April. So I said, let's team up. And we just played a show, and it was awesome. So we have a double bill now. So we call ourselves Changes. So it's brand new, literally within the last 2 weeks. So we're going to be trying to play some venues and get out to some festivals. And me and him are going to play my music that he wrote with me, and I'll play some of his. And we're gonna take it, stretch that out, and take it. So,
is that considered to be breaking news?
That's kind of breaking news, yeah.
Okay.
You just wanted to use your sound effects over there. I know how you do. I was
like, is that breaking news?
Yeah, that's it. I love it. I was waiting for the like the breaking news, CNN.
Okay, so I can do this one. It's a train. I don't know. It's breaking news.
I love that. That's perfect.
It's perfect, right?
I love it.
Of course it is. So I see. Someone made a comment. Okay, so Dexter says that you interviewed Smokey Robinson?
Yeah, I actually did. Oh, so well, I was playing with Smokey for like 5 years off and on,
Okay.
and I asked him to do an interview with me because I wanted him to talk to my students,
Okay.
and then I wound up having one of the background singers. You know Brenda Russell, the singer?
Yes, she lives in Austin. She
Okay.
moved to Austin. A
So
friend of mine.
her daughter Lindsay
Uh-huh.
lives in Texas as well. So
Okay.
he was videoing using my phone when I was talking to Smokey for about 15 minutes. And I got a great interview with him. And then I wound up presenting it to my students, and it made a big deal at the school about it. And it was really cool. We talked about what it takes to make it in the industry, you know.
Right.
And he was talking about how some people have something called the it factor,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I thought that was pretty interesting, what he was talking about. But
Wow.
I have that whole interview somewhere. I gotta find it.
You better. I was just about to ask you. You better find that.
Yeah, that was one of those amazing moments. He agreed to do that.
So you have performed with Smokey Robinson, Maysa, Incognito, Gerald Veasley, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Like, who have you performed with that has made the most impact? Like, because I know that you've toured with. Let me tell people who you've toured with. You performed and toured with Kirk Franklin, Ty Tribbett, Chris Big Dog Davis, Peter White, Jeff Lorber, Billy Paul, Chuck Loeb, Ed Hamilton, Doc Powell, Sister Sledge, Miles J. Let's Start Love Over.
Yeah.
Brian Culberson, Questlove, Mary J. Blige, Jay-Z, Vivian Green, Jill Scott, The Stylistic, The OJs, Marcus Johnson, Fred Hammond, Lettucey Common, Salt and Pepper is here, Big Daddy Kane, India, the Brand New Heavies.
Yeah, a lot of those gigs, sometimes you just do one show, but you still do a show, and then some of them were tours, and
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody has I guess everybody has something to offer, and I've been lucky enough to be around some awesome, amazing musicians from the gospel churches, and that's how I really feel like I learned a lot that school can't teach. They can teach all the education things, and I'm really,
right,
keen and aware of all that stuff, but to teach how to play from your heart and your soul you just have to do it, and you have to be around the people that can play like that, so me and Dexter did Miles J, back in the day, so we were one of his backup bands.
Oh wow.
And so playing in the gospel church really kind of helped bring out a lot of soul and elements of that feel into my playing, so I was lucky as a young kid to be around people like Dexter, who played amazing keyboards and, that kind of thing. And then, I wound up going with Kirk Franklin for 2 years, and then that was a whole nother experience. And then, which was awesome. And that was Fort Worth. We spent 2 weeks at Fort Worth, because that's where Kirk
was at. Yeah.
Was at. Yeah. So I know Fort Worth a little bit, but not much, but just enough in a hotel. In a hotel room and in a rehearsal space.
Right.
But then Ty Tribbett, my friend, called me to do that album, Greater Than, and that won a Grammy. So I was on that album.
Wow.
And so yeah, I mean, having gospel influence, I think, would have been one of the most important factors into what I can do now with what I'm doing with my music. So
yeah. So I'm going to have to go back and listen to, I see here Fantasia and Trey Songz's song Unusual. I'm like,
yeah, I played horns. I played sax on that. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's just a funny story. Before you move on.
Oh yes, I love to hear it.
I got a call from my friend was working for Larry Gold.
Okay.
Amazing.
I love Larry Gold. Yeah.
He does everybody's strings and horns. So I actually got the call to do Trey Songz, but I didn't know the artist because he didn't say. He goes, "Hey, I got a session." I said, "Okay, what is it?" He says, "I'll just come over and play 3 songs." Okay. So I go and play it, read it down. We do it, and I said, "What is this?" He goes, "Yeah, his dad's in the other side of the room listening to us play." And I'm like, really? I was like, this guy got some money or something? Who is this guy?
Mhm.
So he didn't say anything. And a couple of weeks go by, and I said, yo, who was that recording? He goes, this artist Trey Songz. I'm like, Trey Songz? I said, I don't know that guy. So a month goes by. I go to South Africa.
Uh-huh.
I'm with Gerald Veasley. We do a South African Johannesburg jazz festival.
Okay.
And we're like, hey, listen, we're gonna go. We're gonna take a bus ride, and we're gonna go see Nelson Mandela's house. So he grew up.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in for that. Let's go. I get in the bus. We start driving.
Mm-hmm.
Whose pictures plastered all over the highway about a concert? Trey Songz. And I'm like, what is going on? I said, I didn't even know this guy, and he's huge. And I don't know if he was bigger abroad before he was in America, because I didn't know who he was, and his dad supported him.
Yeah.
So then I found out. Then he started getting popular here, and then I was like, wow. It was pretty crazy.
I love that you don't mind being surprised, and sometimes it's not about really knowing, who it is. It's like, but I would be like, tell me who it is. I can't go. Tell me who it is. I need to know. Tell me who it is.
Well, sometimes it adds added pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, we did this one session, and it was with it was for R. Kelly one time, and and just one of the guys got into his head, and it just didn't work out for him that day. And it just happens. Sometimes it happens, It's like, oh my God, you're under pressure, and they find out who it is, and they get like really nervous. So
I guess that's a good thing. Yeah.
Sometimes it's better not to know who's in the audience watching you when you're playing too.
That's true.
Because I've had that happen too.
Really? Tell us.
And somebody would be in the audience, and you're like, oh my God, wow, I didn't know they were in there.
So who was in the audience?
Well, it always depends. There's always a saxophone player that I admired that's always in the audience, and somebody that's amazing, like Kim Waters, like, for example.
Mm-hmm.
We were playing a city winery, and Kim Waters was out there, and I said, yo, Kim, what's up, man? I said, I'm a fan. He goes, I know who you are. And he was real nice to me and everything. And then we coincidentally are friends now.
Really?
That was a couple years back,
I know who you are. You're like, okay.
I was like, dude, I'm honored. And then I was like, yeah, don't worry about that one lick I played. I kind of messed that one up. When you're in front of other people like that, that it can really play and have a well-known name, you want to make sure that you give your best, show. So sometimes you don't know who's out there. Who's out there, right? Or like, for example, Star Jones was at our last show last week.
Really? Star
Jones was there. Yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't really know. I didn't really pay attention, but we met her afterwards. She's friends with Maysa.
Okay.
So you just never know who's going to be there.
That's true. That's true. Everyone, this is Carl Cox. These comments coming in. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm trying to get back. Let's see. Okay. So Ronald says, how was it to work with Fred Hammond?
So I played on one of his albums. It was when I was with Kirk Franklin. Okay. And we went to the studio, and we were the horn section. So we just played for Fred's album. So we didn't actually talk to Fred.
Okay.
But we were there. We played on his record. Yeah.
Okay. Monique wants to know, has he been on a show with Elliot Yamin?
Yeah. Elliot Yamin. So he's a singer. He's a vocalist.
Vocalist from American Idol. Mm-hmm.
We did. Yeah. We just did a show, and he was on it with a super jazz group. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, he was there with Nelson Rangel, another sax player.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've heard him before, and we've talked. He's a great guy.
He's good. Yeah. I've interviewed him on my radio show before. Yeah. I love Elliot.
Really soulful.
Yeah, he is. Super soulful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. A. Williams says, oh my gosh, how was it with the Stylistics? Grew up listening to them and the Shy-Lights, among others.
Oh, the Stylistics. Oh, that was a funny gig. A couple gigs we did. Well, the Stylistics are split,
Oh, they are?
Because the lead singer and the three background vocalists
Or okay. So the lead is lead, and the three background are by themselves. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how. So the stylistics are kind of split, So if you go to see a stylistic show, you don't know if you're going to get the real lead vocalist or you're going to get the three background singers.
Three background. Yeah.
So apparently there's a big thing that went down with them, but so I played with the lead singer, and so Russell was the lead singer, and he did all the falsetto stuff,
right? On
People Make the World Go Round and all that stuff, right? So, so I did a couple gigs, and my buddy called, rest in peace. He's not with us anymore, but he was a trumpet player with them for a while, and he called me and he goes, "Hey man, I got this gig. We take a tour bus down to somewhere in Maryland." And we get there, and the place it's like a chicken coop. I mean, the place was terrible. And I'm like listening to the music, and I'm trying to find it all out. And then they had problems with the sound. And then nobody showed up because they didn't promote it. And then they didn't want to pay us. And I'm like, man, I don't know about this. This is getting kind of sketchy. So I was like, oh. But we did some other really good gigs. So that's the thing. Some gigs are great, and some are interesting.
That's funny. Okay. Sloan says, hooray for the gospel background. Yes. A. Williams says, ever sat in or played with Aretha Franklin?
I have not.
Okay.
She was at a Smokey show, but that was about it.
Okay. Yeah. Sloan says, Trey had $1 and a dream. Just got to make it.
Yeah, he did it.
He did it. Yes, he did. Okay. Is Kirk down to earth?
He is. Yeah. You could talk to him one-on-one. We'd be in the airport, we'd be talking, hanging out.
Yeah.
And he was a genuine person.
Yeah.
I could honestly say that he was the real deal. Everybody gets flack in the limelight.
Yeah.
Something they might have said or done or but in my experience, I mean, that was in 2006. I was with him, and he was just coming off a huge hit of with Stomp. So he was a different person.
Yeah.
When he had that.
Yeah.
And he admitted.
Yeah, he admitted that. Yeah.
He admitted it. He's like, I wanted to get back to my roots and to where I was, and he did. And that we did the Hero Tour, and he was the real deal. I mean, I could really vouch for that.
Wow. Okay. He says that's cool. And then he says, Pepper, you have some outstanding guests. Thank you so much. I try my best. Y'all, I'll be a researching system. I'll be like, who we go have? Okay, so let's get back to some music because we got to get some music. Y'all do not leave. He's not gonna sing. He's not gonna play either because his instrument is not together. So just don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
He was gonna sing. He didn't want to clear the room. He didn't want to clear the room. So let me play the song that I think is so sexy. This is the song that you need to have some wine and some candles, and you just need to be like, and have the red wine because that's why he looks like he does. You see that skin? The secret is the red wine.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So everyone, here is the song that is sexy to me. Here is Be Mine on the Hot Pepper Show. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, that tune. I'm waiting to put that one out as a single. I think. I
You're
haven't put-
waiting. You're waiting. You're waiting.
Yeah, I might put that out as a single. I'm not sure. That's like a slow song, but I feel like that's got something. That's got something about it that can maybe do something with radio. Well, we'll see.
Okay, so I look at. Okay, Dexter says this is nice, bro.
Thanks, man.
What is bro one? Bro one?
He probably meant exclamation, but he forgot the shift.
I'm like, is that a Pennsylvania thing? I'm like, bro one. Okay, bro exclamation mark.
It could be secret code. We're not going to tell you though.
I'm gonna find out. Do I need to put that on the side of your name? You got to see the dog, Spartan.
Yep.
Bro one? I don't know. What is it? Gospel Radio says, I like that. I want to do a jazz show on my station. You should.
Yeah.
Hey, be the change, right? Be the change. Do it. Monique says it belongs on a movie soundtrack. Or it belongs. Whoo, what kind of movie is that? That's a movie that is like, whoo, steamy. Whoo, yeah, steamy. Gospel Radio says, I love it. Dexter says, mistake, LOL. Yeah, right, Dexter. Okay. Pepper's hilarious. How am I hilarious? I read what I saw. Row number one. Okay, row number one. That's it. Who is tickling the ivories on this one? Is that Big Dad? Is that Chris Big Dog? Big Dog. Wait, say his name right. I said
Chris.
Big Dog.
Chris Big Dog Davis.
Chris Big Dog Davis.
Yeah, that's him, man. That's it. Look him up. He's the icon.
Okay, so I want to ask. You might not. I don't know if you know this, but how did he get the name Big Dog?
Well, he's a former Marine, and he's massive.
Okay, I've seen him. Yeah, okay, he's big. Okay, Big Dog. Okay.
Big dog. And plus, he's the icon in the industry. It's kind of double whammy on him. It's like he's the big dog. Everybody just goes, dude, get Big Dog.
Yeah. Right. And then when you said Marines, it's like, okay, goes with the territory. Yeah. Okay, Marine.
Yeah.
No one's gonna mess with him.
I never actually asked him why he got that nickname. We just do it. So we don't ask questions. We just say Big Dog.
No. Men don't ask questions.
This is true.
Women, we be like, you come home, right? And you say, hey, I ran into so-and-so.
Yeah.
They said they were having surgery tomorrow. And we go, really? What's wrong? I don't know. What kind of surgery they having? I didn't ask. Right. What time they having surgery? I don't know. It's like, y'all are like, they just said they're going to the hospital. They didn't say that they were dying. So,
It's in our DNA. We don't ask questions.
No, y'all do not. So Michael says the pregnancy rate will go up when that song comes out. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him, Carl. Don't hurt him. Let's see. Pepper, troublemaker. I am not a troublemaker. You don't know me. I ain't a troublemaker. Any influences from Stan Getz? Don't hear much about his style of music and influence with the saxophone.
Oh yeah, Stan Getz is a huge influence in jazz, and me too. I mean, he's like one of those. He really helped bring out a lot of Brazilian music. Working with Gilberto, and he did. He had that huge song "Girl from Ipanema." I don't think he wrote that, but But Stan Getz was a huge influence with all the bossa novas, and
Okay.
he had a real light, fluffy, soft sound and palette.
Right.
But he could also play a lot of intricate vocabulary too. So he really brought a lot to the genre.
Okay. Okay. Someone wants to know, who's your favorite sax player?
Oh my God.
I know that's like saying,
It's like, what's your favorite ice cream? And
well,
well,
not really.
yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't really have one favorite I can say that I just will go to and listen to all the time. But I mean, because there's all different genres, so it depends on the genre. You
Okay.
know, if I want to listen to jazz like straight ahead,
Mhm.
you know, I'm a big fan of like Cannonball Adderley, and
Mhm.
of course Charlie Parker.
Mhm.
All the icons, John Coltrane, all them. Bob Mintzer, who's still with us today.
Mhm.
Bob Mintzer, Bob Bird, Michael Brecker.
Okay.
Of course, Kirk Whalen
Yes, of
and
course.
Gerald Albright was a huge influence for me too. But
Mhm.
Gerald Albright didn't start. He did a jazz album live at Berlin West, and that was like the first album I picked up
Oh
from
wow!
my teacher when I was
Wow!
16.
Wow!
And coincidentally, I see Gerald Albright now because Chris Big Dog was his keyboard player, for a long time.
Oh wow!
So I got a chance to talk to Gerald Albright a few times. And I said,
Nice.
"Yo, man, that album, dude." I said, "You were crushing that." I said, "That why don't you do like more of that?"
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I think he wants to do more funk and R&B type stuff, which is great. I love that too.
Right.
But that album was the album that really changed my outlook on how to play the saxophone.
Nice.
So yeah.
So, do you think that you will ever do an album where you will have different vocalists, different male and female vocalists singing?
Well, that's the next step because I mean,
Great.
it just so happened I had Dawn Tallman, who's going to be
Mhm.
your guest.
Mhm.
She did my last single, Bermuda Waters, that just
Right.
hit. It just hit 2 weeks ago.
And we're about to play it.
Oh, cool! You're
Yes.
hearing her,
Yes.
and she did her thing on that. She was
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
So I would love to have. We're going to probably do it eventually soon. At me and Maysa, I would love to have her on the track.
Mhm. Mhm.
Maybe somebody like Will Downing.
Mhm.
All the icons in the smooth jazz.
Yeah.
Kenny Lattimore. Like I would love to work with a lot of different people. And
Know what?
who's really good with that is a trombone player, a friend of mine, Jeff Bradshaw.
Yes. Uh-huh.
He gets a lot of vocalists.
Yeah.
And it's great because it enhances
Mhm.
what he does, and people can relate to the lyrics, like somebody else said earlier.
Yeah.
It does bring a different dynamic.
It does. It does.
But I will say, smooth jazz radio is not always kind to vocalists.
Why is that?
Because they want to keep it more instrumental, I believe. I mean, so I hear. I mean, if you listen to certain stations, they don't play a lot of vocalists. It's instrumental.
They don't?
It's
Yeah.
instrumental music.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
think that's part of the problem. But they do pick their favorites, and they have a few that they will play. Like, of course, Maysa is one of them.
Right.
But you have a few, Lindsey Webster, and
Mhm.
now there's a couple other ones that are coming out. Will Downing, of course.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I guess it's really a genre thing.
Wow.
That's why I think some people go to R&B though.
Yeah.
So it's instrumental music, but you add a vocalist who's an R&B singer.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, you become
Put it in there. Yeah.
R&B.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a what direction do you want to kind of go in, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Michael Upshaw says Carl definitely has some Cannonball and Kirk Whalen.
I mean, you can't. I mean, if you listen to somebody's, relentlessly over years, you're bound to have something come out.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're about to play this new single.
New one. That's it. Hot off the press.
Hot off the press. So before we leave, you guys, next Monday, Ace Livingston. And if y'all want to laugh, like more than we've laughed tonight with Carl, Ace Livingston.
Oh, that's my man. Tell him I said what's up. I might pop in if I'm around. I might pop in on him.
Yeah, you do what he didn't do. Because I said you do what he didn't do, and you chime in on the comments and be like, "Oh, so you couldn't show up at my podcast with Pepper Thomas?" But
I will.
Yes, promise me, Carl. Don't be joking.
Carl's
like, oh well, send me a reminder. Yeah, send it to my phone. Remind me.
Yeah, hit me with a text. You got it.
So let's see. Oh, someone has a question. A. Williams says, have you been to Austin for a show? If so, I missed it. And if not, we need to be on your calendar. He has been to Austin before. He came with Maysa.
Hey, if you got a hookup, I got my band. Yes. I mean, I got me and Chris Big Dog Davis as a double bill.
Yeah, and it's gonna be called Changes.
It's called Changes, yeah.
So y'all, hot off the press. Hot off the press. He announced it on the Hot Pepper Show. No one else knows that. No one else knows that. Wait, no one else knows it.
It just happened. It just happened. It's a new thing. You know, we teamed up to do live shows since he's going to get out of the producer's chair on sometimes on the weekend. So I kind of say, yo, man, come on, let's go play. So we're gonna do some of our stuff. So if anybody wants to, book us for something, if you go to majorscalemanagement.com, you can see our picture and contact our booking agent.
Okay. And then give them, how can they follow you on social media?
And
your music is, where's your music? How can they get your music?
Okay. So if you go to carlcoxsax.com, because if you don't do that, you're going to get Carl Cox the DJ. It drives me crazy. So
it drives me crazy too. It drives me absolutely crazy.
I'm just going to start calling myself something different, but carlcoxsax.com, and then you can sign up for my newsletter, see my gigs, see where I'll be out with Incognito a few times coming up this year.
Nice.
And of course with Maysa and some of my own stuff. And hopefully soon we'll be doing stuff with me and Chris Big Dog Davis will do Changes, and we'll be out doing our thing. Yeah. So you can also get me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Carl Cox. I think it's actually Carl Sax 1.
Carl Sax 1, yes it is.
Yeah, on Carl Instagram. Sax 1. And that's my social media stuff.
Okay. So everyone, please support Carl. Y'all have heard some great music tonight. I know you have enjoyed it because I have enjoyed it, and I am so glad for the connection. I'm thankful for Michael introducing us, because we are connected now. And be like, Carl, what you doing, Carl? Who's the boss?
Mike Upshaw, my man, hooked us up. So shout out to Mike. Mike's been a really good friend, and we've done a lot of recordings together. So
nice.
He's been always keeping a watchful eye out, helping me out. So
yeah.
Kudos.
Nice. So did he do good today? You would come back to the Hot Pepper Show?
Oh, please, let's go. I'm good.
You're like, yes, we can do this. Yeah. Yes. So Ghostwriter says, I love the new single. I do too.
Awesome.
Ghostwriter, good show, Pepper. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of it. Which is why who we allow in our atmosphere is important. There will be some type of influences. Yes.
Yep.
So true. Sona, I've enjoyed every minute of the interview. Awesome songs, Carl.
Thank you.
Monique says, come to Atlanta. A lot of great musicians here.
Oh, I know a lot of those players. Yeah. They're awesome.
Yeah, they are. So tell everyone the title of your new album, and it is on all streaming platforms, and they can go to, is it on your website? Can they purchase it? Where can they get the website? Where can they get your music?
carlcoxsax.com, and you can go to you can click a link and it'll take you to all the digital platforms. You'd have to put universal language because the DJ will come up on my Spotify. So
that is crazy.
Yeah, I'm a junior, so I'm gonna have to put junior on there.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna have to change it. So yeah,
or maybe put what's your middle initial?
M. Matthew. I could do that too. Carl M.
Yeah, because David Stevens, when he does David, P, because
he does. Yeah, he does do that. That's my next endeavor.
Yeah, you got to do it because I'm a researcher. Let me tell you, but I was about to call Carl Cox.
I know you got to put Carl Cox sax.
I'm gonna be like, look, you need to. I don't know what you need to do, but you need to change your name. Like, give it to Carl Cox sax. Like
that guy. He's an icon. He's an iconic DJ. So I'm like the the little guy. So I'll have to change it somehow eventually. But
you're not the little guy. You're the big guy.
No, well, that's why I'm on your show.
Hello, you. They're the horns.
There you go. That's it. Party.
Exactly.
Party
Hello.
sounds.
Thank you. So Michael Upshaw says, appreciate you, Carl. Great interview. And thank you, Pepper. You're so welcome. Thank you for the introduction. Monique says, great interview and great music. Yes. And Slona says, Pepper always brings a vibe. I used to watch different shows for new music. Now I have the Pepper Thomas Show featuring all genres of music. That's what I'm talking about. So y'all, please share with everyone. I have a YouTube channel. It is the Hot Pepper Show TV. But if you can't remember that, go to my website, thehotpeppershow.com. Click on the YouTube link. Subscribe, ring the bell. Make sure you tap the bell so anytime I am on, you will know that I'm on. And you can also go back anytime and look at my interviews. I'm trying to transfer my interviews from my Neo Soul Cypher platform that I was on to this platform because I have previous interviews, Glenn Jones, Kenny Lattimore. It goes on and on. Maysa, Jameson Ross, Frank McComb, Brandon Williams. It's just everyone. Dwelle. So it's just everyone. So just check out my website and it'll take you to my YouTube page. I have Saturdays, 3 to 6, the Hot Pepper Show. I'm on KZI, and you can go on my website and click on the KZI link and listen to me every Saturday from 3 to 6. Let's see here. Dexter says, dope interview. Dap. Okay, dope dap. Carl, I need $5. Look here. Let me put this up just so y'all know. You're asking for $5. Let me do even better. Look
Dexter wants to get chicken on the bone. That's what he wants. We named a song after him.
Look here.
We were doing a gig, and he's like, "Man, I'm kind of hungry." He's like, "What can I get? What can I get for like $5? You know?" And he's like, "Man, I want chicken on the bone, man. I want chicken on the bone. I don't want a chicken nugget."
I know.
We made a song out of it.
You made a song.
Yeah, it's called Chicken on the Bone.
Okay, can you send it to me because I want to hear it?
Oh, it's like a crazy fast jazz song. It's like a rush for chicken. It was hilarious. I wish you would
send it right now so we could play it.
It was crazy. It was a great tune too. I mean that tune had a lot of different little.
Where's it at right now? Where's it at?
I don't know.
You know you got it in your library on your hard drive.
It's somewhere out there in digital land. I gotta find it. I don't know if I think we recorded that. We recorded that. That's somewhere. I'll find it.
Dexter, where is it at? Look here, Dexter, where is it at? If you got a Dexter, you need to send it. Send it. We need to get it because I need to play it before he get off, so everybody can laugh too. Okay, so
he's having problems spelling it. It's DFOR. DFOR. D4. There it is. Intersect. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's on iTunes. Yeah, we recorded that. It's on iTunes. It's called D-4 Intersection, and it's Chicken on the Bone.
Hold on.
Yeah, that was it.
D- Look here, I'm trying to find this song. Okay, let's read the comments while I try to find the song. Sloan, I would love to see these guests you've been having come back through in future shows. I have loved them all. Thank you, Slona. A. Williams says, enjoyed. What is the Instagram again, please?
I think my Instagram is Carl Sax 1.
It is.
Yeah.
It is Carl Sax 1. So DFOR, FDR?
DFOR for for that group that Dexter was talking about. Yeah, Intersection.
DFR, and then what's the name of the song?
Chicken on the Bone.
Look here. You act like you act like you know about chicken on the bone. You said chicken on the bone. What else is I supposed to say?
That's the way it is.
It's chicken on the bone.
On the bone.
Oh, Irene Wilson, I love the Hot Pepper Show. I love you too. She is a newfound. She's been listening to me on the radio for a few years, and I told her about my podcast, so she's been a part of it. Thank you so much for joining.
Awesome.
Great show, Pepper. Enjoyed it. Continued success, Carl.
Thank you.
Dexter said, I'm dying over here. You dying over there because he can't give you $5 for the chicken bone? That's what you're dying for. KFC special.
Yeah.
CC Sax would be a nice name.
Yeah, CC. That's another nickname I've gotten over the years, CC.
Write it down. Write these names down, Dex. Write them down, Carl. Write them. Get your piece of paper, write them down.
I'm going to get on it.
Yeah. A. Williams about to get that universal language. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, D4. Okay. Hold on. So y'all know I'm looking.
D4. Yep, that's it.
D4.
I know it's on iTunes.
It is called Chicken. It's called Intersection.
Intersection is the album. And then I think Chicken on the Bone's one of the track listings on that album. It should be anyway.
Oh man.
You have to probably put D-4.
Okay.
Kind of tricky how we put that on there.
Make sure folks can't find you. Be like, what?
Yeah, it should be that. And then Intersection.
Okay, so the song is called Intersection?
No, that's the album.
Okay, no, I can't find it.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, y'all. Here's the song.
Chicken on the Bone. That's is a crazy song.
Okay, here it is, y'all. Chicken on. Y'all didn't spell it right.
D-A.
No, it ain't D-A. It's T-H-E.
Is that what we wrote on there?
It says chicken on the bone.
It does? Oh, that's chicken on the bone.
So is it 4 people in the group?
Am
I looking at the right name?
I was the 5th. Yeah.
Are you on there? I see. Oh, there you are. You on the corner.
Yeah, I'm on there.
Yeah. Standing out like this. Okay.
I was like, I had to be like 25 or 26.
Okay, y'all hear the song. Y'all, I'm getting ready to laugh. I don't know what to expect.
It's a jazz song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go, y'all. Chicken on the bone.
chicken on the bone. It's it's like ravenous. There's just so many different sections. That was like 20 years ago. That was a long time ago.
Wow. I love it. And I love it that it's like you go through the process of, okay, so the beginning is Dexter has it in his head. I want some, what can I get for $5? I want just chicken.
Yeah.
And then it's like, then he's ordering the chicken, or he gets the money from you to order the chicken.
It's kind of a frantic song because it's just like, I want to rush to get chicken.
Yes.
And I want chicken on the bone though. Like it's gotta be, so you're like, oh my God.
And then in the middle of the song, he gets the chicken. And then it slows down like, oh, right. I'm going in on that bone right now. Oh, right. And then it's like he finishes it.
Yeah.
And then it speeds back up because he's like, I need some more chicken. You got $5? I need some more chicken.
You were right on it. Right on top of it. See, you put that whole image together in that whole piece of music.
I put it all together like, okay, the music's speeding up again. He needs some more money. He needs another piece of chicken. Like, what chicken
that's exactly right. That was it.
So that is so funny. Okay, so Irene says, nice song, nice jazz song. Thank you, Irene. And then Monique says, chicken meets church. Church is chicken. Yep, exactly. Says, yes. And then Sona says, LOL, Monique, church is chicken. Yes. And then Dexter says, Carl the Doc Cox. Yep. Okay, you got another name. Look at Dexter. I can't add nothing else. Okay, I only got so much space. Okay. Sona says, I like it. I can see myself dancing on this frying some chicken. I know that's right, girl. This is nice though. Nice. Okay, everybody, we're about to play the new single, and you want to give your shout outs, your holla at yous, your thank yous. Oh, also, guess what? A little secret. Guess a little birdie told me.
I don't know. You're full of surprises tonight. You got me already.
Well, everyone, y'all know that I've been playing a song on my show, my radio show called I Love Me Too by Carol Riddick.
Oh, yeah.
My Paris Music featuring Carol Riddick.
Oh, yeah, that's a great song.
And I believe that you're going to be on the remix. Is that safe to say?
I would say that's a pretty good call. I mean, there's going to be an instrumental version of that. Yeah.
Oh, that is going to be fire.
So speaking of working with vocalists, there you go. That was one that Mike put together, and Dexter, and kind of put a little saxophone as the main voice, but we left Carol's, kind of lyrical vocals in the backgrounds, and
nice.
So yeah, so it's a little different take, kind of similar to my single now, Bermuda Water. Wow.
So I sense it's going to be like it's like a sexy remix, because the song to me is sexy and very.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a great tune. They're going to do really well with that song.
Yeah, I love the song. So everyone, so holla at yous, thank yous. Anything you want to say before we play your latest single? And y'all are going to love this single. It is entitled Bermuda Waters.
Yeah, this is a great tune. It's hard to hear the lyrics, but there was another person involved with writing the song. It actually was an old song by some of the song. It's actually a different song now, but it morphed into something completely different. But it has some history with Barbara Fowler, who was a great singer, or Chris as well. But some of the lyrics she had written, and they're really great. Sail across the ocean sea, just you and me, and Bermuda Waters, and it's just a catchy tune. It takes you to the islands a little bit, and that's kind of what I wanted to do with Chris. I called him. I said, I want to do something more Latin funk. And he's like, Chris, he's funny. He's like, I got you. I know what you're going for. I'm telling you, I got this song, man. I think. And so he sent me the track, and then I just do my thing.
Yeah.
And he doesn't give me any direction. He just says, here's an idea, and I'll do my thing.
Yes.
And 9 out of 10 times, I'm hoping he'll say, change that and change that, but
he never does.
No, and he and if he does, it's because he wants me to play more,
Right.
or do more in a certain thing. But I'll come up with a melody, and come up with some ideas and play the hook with and then we had Dawn Tallman on this, please sing the background. So this came out really nice. It was 2 weeks ago. It was number 2 most added on Billboard. So that was pretty fun.
Congratulations on that. That deserves a hand clap, sir. I think we need to give you a hand clap on that.
Okay, I'll take it. I was excited.
So nice. So any thank yous you want to say before we play the song?
Oh, no, I just want to thank everybody for listening to me for the last 2 hours on a Monday night. And hopefully, you check out my music and, hopefully download it on your favorite network. And maybe you got a chance to, find out who I am and who I've played with. And maybe I'll see you guys out on the road with Maysa or Incognito. You can check out my website and see where I'm at. I might be at a city near you. And come say hi.
Yeah, and say that you saw him on the Hot Pepper Show at
say
the 2-hour interview.
Now that's the key word though, because you get people that come up and say, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Where did I meet you at?" I don't want to say that, but if they say Hot Pepper,
you'd be like,
I'll know exactly.
And so, did you enjoy yourself? I mean, because 2 hours went by really fast.
It did go by fast. I feel like it was just we were just hanging out. Like I need another glass of wine or something right now. Like,
oh yeah, that's what you drink. That red wine. Okay.
The red wine.
Yeah,
it's gotta be red wine.
Red wine. Yeah. So thank you again, Carl, for taking the time to come on. I'm so grateful and thankful. Thank you for our continued friendship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And you're always welcome on the Hot Pepper Show. When you come out with your next project, please give me a call and say, "Hey,
yep,
I'm ready." And I'll be like, "Okay, let's get you on." So
I got you. I got you covered. Don't worry.
Thank you, everyone. This is Carl Cox, the Doc, the Spartan. So this is his latest single, you guys. You're gonna love it. This is Bermuda Waters. Check it out. See you guys on next Monday. My guest will be Ace Livingston at 7 p.m. See you guys then.
That was it, Bermuda Waters.
Bye, you guys. Thank you. Love you. See you on next Monday. Have a great week. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.